So today we are going to discuss about the policy section, web policy area. So let me first log in and show you something, which part I'm covering. Then I will start that part. Yes, so we will discuss about the web part. In the web, you will see here malware protection, advanced threat sandboxing, secure browsing, and then URL and cloud app control, file type, bandwidth control, and SSL inspection. Okay, so we will start from security and then access control. So security is the cyber security part. I will cover one by one. Okay, so now I will stop my. There is two part. One is the security, another one is access control.
Okay.
In the security, that is more into cyber. You will get it. How many options? You will get it the malware protection, right? Advanced threat
Hmm.
prevention, sandboxing, and browser control.
Okay.
So this is come with the security, and another one is access control, and third one is data loss prevention. So more you are dealing with these on your regular task, operation task, you are dealing with the access control. This will also not every time happen, but this one you are going to do on daily basis. Okay. So this is the actual your operation work which you may be going to take care of. So let me start with the malware. Okay. So you know what is the malware protection? First, anyone any idea? Malware means whatever attacks which Zscaler treated as a malware. The the good thing about Zscaler is guys. So Zscaler have already cyber security team. Okay, they have their own research, so they haven't give you the chance, or they don't give you that kind of level whether you can manipulate the parameter, or you can do suppose I want to say ransomware attack, right? So I can say, or phishing attack, right? Or you can say virus, a lot of attack, right? So if I say so Siddhant or Lohit, could you please do the some policy for this? So Zscaler will just give you the on off option. It's not like you can call the signature and then it should be blocked. No, not like that. So Zscaler have itself proactively detected the malware. So you don't worry about that. How much you have a knowledge, you not require knowledge of cybersecurity level. You have a just basic understanding. You just understand about the malware, how many type of malware, which malware have which impact. That's enough for you. But the G-Square perspective, you just enable it that option and you will use all features of that, because G-Scaler have a own pattern to understand the traffic, right? अगर कोई traffic C2C है, command and control. So G-Scaler have a capability. Oh, you no need to check. You will open the HTTP and then you will check the request and response, and then you find out, oh, this is the C2C connection. Not like that, right? You guys are not a cyber security people, so they have own cyber security teams. They every day updated their signature. If suppose today launch a new attack, so they update their signature based on that attack. Okay, so how you just enable it, right? Suppose I go into the malware protection. So how you get it the option? You will get it option here: inspect inbound traffic, inspect outbound traffic. So what this mean is inspect enable from from inbound traffic, means if somebody can access something and it will coming to the your organization. You understand guys, inbound outbound. Suppose I am saying, suppose you are sitting in your company and you are trying to access the google.com. Okay, so guys, could you confirm, so from end user to the Google, what kind of this connection is? This inbound or outbound? Tell me.
Launch.
Outbound.
Outbound,
Outbound.
right?
Yes.
Yes, that's
Yes.
correct. You are correct. So, and if there is any DMZ server and any public URL or any any public internet person trying to access your server. So this is some kind of
Inbound.
inbound traffic, right? So what it
Right.
mean is, if you want to which direction you want to put it the malware protection, because of this is malware protection, you should require on both direction, right? This will inspect your all users, right? And this will inspect your this will inspect your all end users, and this most probably this will inspect your all internet servers, right? Which is exposed on internet, right? So by default it should be enabled, right? So inspect HTTP traffic. Inspect, guys, you understand word of inspect. Inspect means, so just I will give you the example. I know you guys know that. So suppose you are enter into the metro station, right? So in the metro, you purchase the token, and then you will, in the, there's a one, on the entrance, there's one, kind of machine. They inspect your bags and all. Then there is one security CSRF person who can, check your wallet, or like, inspect basically all kind of things. So inspect means they will check you based on their criteria. Whatever things is not allowed in the metro station, that should be check all those things. If they found that you have something which is not allowed in the metro station, they just remove, ask you to remove. Otherwise they will they will block you. Block means they will not allow to enter into metro station, right? So inspect is same like is a CRF CRPF version, right? That, so malware protection is like that. Is inspect your raw traffic. So whatever things malware protection feel that it's hold the malware, it definitely it block that traffic and take down the connection, right? So basically you need to, if you want to HTTP traffic, of course you can. If you have a FTP, so guys, have you understand about the FTP over HTTP? What is this? Anyone any idea? In Zscaler, maybe you will get it to 2 3 times. FTP over HTTP. What this mean is, could you anyone explain FTP over HTTP? You have a two option. One option, you can access FTP through client, which is your thin client application which is installed on your
Mm.
laptop. Second option, you will put like, in the browser, when you are accessing web traffic, you put it like this, right? Google.com. So but when you are trying to access FTP, you will put FTP slash slash google.com or something IP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried one browser this FTP? Yes.
I did. I did.
Yeah, so this is the FTP over HTTP. Okay. So, so if you want to inspect these traffic, you will do, of course. So that you can check with your company. If you have kind of FTP server, then of course you should inspect, right? Even you can inspect a normal FTP server. So malware protection, guys, you understand one thing. You just Zscaler give you the option, you can enable or disable, right? You
Mm-hmm.
haven't get option in the advanced like you can inspect, and you can, suppose I am saying, could you inspect traffic based on the content length? I will tell you the policy. If any HTTP request hold content length more than 203 byte, it should be blocked. They is not like that, right? Because they know what is the normal traffic, what is the malware traffic, right? So you just use it, enable or disable the option. But the thing is, what you need to understand, you can understand the pattern, you can understand what is use of this. If you inspect this, what impact of this, right? So this is your malware protection profile. So that's why I'm saying Zscaler have already cyber security team working in the back end. So they they smartly find out any malware, and they will block it or take action based on the traffic, whether traffic is legitimate or malicious traffic, right? So That's a good thing. You haven't required the knowledge of the cyber security level, right? You just enable it or disable it. That's it. Actually, there is a pattern. एक बंदे ने पूरा रिसर्च किया था. So what is the pattern of ransomware? You will see, and they already built it that pattern. So if some, I will tell you pattern of ransom attack. Oh my bridge. हाँ ब्रज. हम्म. हाँ दे दे. हाँ ठीक है दे दे कोई. अच्छा. ओके ओके. तो ठीक है ना जानने वाला है. चलो चलो बढ़िया है. हम्म. हाँ ठीक है डन. हाँ बढ़िया है ठीक. हम्म. ठीक है. थैंक यू. ओके. सो क्या बोलते हैं. हाँ. मैं इसका अटैक का आपको वो देख रहा था, इसका पैटर्न क्या है. तो जैसे हमने देखा अटैक वेक्टर. एक अगर आप सीबीबी पढ़ोगे, अगर आप सीबीबी कैसे काउंट होता है तो उसमें पूरा रहता है. सीबीबी की स्कोरिंग होती है ना, तो उसमें ये सारे काउंट होते हैं. सो अटैक वेक्टर में क्या क्या, फिशिंग ईमेल के थ्रू होता है, यस. एक्सप्लॉइटेशन वनरेबिलिटी के थ्रू होता है, कंप्रोमाइज क्रेडेंशियल के थ्रू होता है, क्रेडेंशियल स्टॉप, रिमोट डेस्कटॉप के थ्रू होता है रैंसमवेयर, राइट. सो एक्टर, ये वेक्टर्स वो चीज है जिसके थ्रू आप पुट करते हो, राइट. सेकंड डिप्लॉयमेंट है इसमें. इसका टेक्निक टीटीपी बोलते हैं, टेक्निक्स, टैक्टिक्स एंड टेक्निक्स. सो इसमें क्या है कि क्या क्या यूज होगा, पावर सेल स्क्रिप्ट, कोबाल्ट स्ट्राइक और अदर लेटर मूवमेंट टू यूज टू put it that execute that malware. उसके बाद इसमें जो आपका एक्सफिल्ट्रेशन क्या होता है, आपका डेटा इनक्रिप्टेड कर देता है, राइट. इन विच फॉर्मेट इट मे बी गो टू rar 7 zip, राइट. सो बेसिकली ये सारी चीजें है ना, दैट व्हाई आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग दिस बिकॉज जब मालवेयर आपका एनालिसिस होगा तो ये सारे पैरामीटर का एंटी जो पैटर्न होगा, दैट Zscaler आइडेंटिफाई and quickly block it, because Zscaler will know that it's a ransomware attack, right. So why I'm trying to forcefully explaining again and again, because I want to you guys should know that the how Zscaler work on their cyber security part in the backend, but for you just enable it, right. As a Zscaler administrator, you just enable those functions. That's it. That's your job. Now it will complete whenever anything match that pattern. So it should quickly block C2C, C2S, right? Command to control, client to server, exfiltration. So every actually attack or malware have a pattern. So Zscaler know that pattern. So you don't worry about that. Like adware. So adware means something, suppose you got a pop-up, lot of pop-up, right? So if you go to the, any website which is not trusted one, maybe any porn website or maybe other website, so you will got it unnecessary pop-up in on a system. Later you will see that your even system, you haven't opened the browser, still you are getting the ads, right guys? So this is something adware that forcefully, show the ad. That is the damage of adware, is not a harm your system, or I can say that not a steal your information, but they show you those ads which is even you are not interested, or those ads which is, maybe illegal to, show to them on legally side, or they want to, because the website, lot of website are, paying lot to the those website which is making adware. So once you visited on that website, you will pop up lot of ad unnecessary, right? So sometimes that is, mostly that is a wrong ad. Suppose, somebody is selling their, engage or sex, and all kind of, pop-up you will get. So these are, normally people are not so seen in their normal websites, right? Or they will say, they will, ask you to click on that to buy some gun and all. So, anything that maybe that ad were normally used for illegal activity, not 100%, but yeah. Suppose I copied ms window 10, pirated, I have a crack key. So how I can sell that? I cannot sell on the official website, or I cannot run that ad on the Google ad. If Google catch up, it will block, right? So so these kind of thing, you pay to that where companies or malware vectors, so they will show your ad on the all website. So adware, spyware, what is that? So they are still your information. Suppose, you know uh, they install one uh, stock uh, stock, or I can say, there is one software very popular one, key stock. So whenever you put it, you press any key, it will be hold your key and it will send to the malware actor, malware hacker, or whoever, install your key stock in your system. So spyware basically is not directly harm you, but is still your information. Maybe your credential, maybe your, activity, whatever you are doing, in whole day, on which website you visited. So this is kind of spyware things. The bomb is the which is impact directly on your all systems. So bomb basically, that is replicate and spread across system without needing a host file. At least if some malware want to, spread, they require host file. So once the host file is, collected, then they spread. But this is the bomb is basically very dangerous to. Bomb means itself, it's bombing. So it's without without needing a host file, it automatically replicate by their copies to the all over system, all over network, I can say. Basically this used to, exploit the your network, down your network, right? Or they will use your high bandwidth utilization, so your network will slow down, or they will face the latency issue, right? So you heard about this WannaCry, right? So this is a popular bomb. Okay, so I'm audible, guys, right?
Mm.
Okay, so what is a Trojan? So Trojan is something. Have you guys visited any website? I will show you something. I have visited this kind of website. Mm, download window office 19. I can mention the crack, then I will get it some website. So you will see there's a lot of website. Soft. Uh, I maybe filter out by Softonic. Yes. So these are the software basically which provide the free software sometime, but the thing is you can download directly from here. I think this may be not malware one, but you will see a lot of free website where you can download a crack version of any software, right? So if you download a crack version, it means someone should be change something in the code, right, guys? If I say Adobe Premium Pro, so they charge 2000 or 1700 rupees per month. But from multiple website, you download and you use it free, right? Because the pirated happen a lot of time on the Adobe, Adobe software. So like Photoshop, everyone using Photoshop, right? So on that, you will get it the pirated version. But why it pirated? Because someone should change some cycles on that software, right? Someone should modify something in their programming, right? So because of that, it should be it should be malicious. It treat as a Trojan. So Trojan means it's a legitimate software, but because you download from unauthorized source, so there should be some changes in the code, so which is impact your all system. So that's why always recommended don't download anything from not if it's not an official website, right, guys? So that is the Trojan. Trojan is the legitimate, look like a legitimate software. Trojan basically is a look like legitimate software. So the the user approach or they are approaching to user to install it because it's a legitimate. It's look like legitimate. It's not legitimate, but at least it's look like legitimate, right? So once user install it, they create a backdoor. They install the additional malware on that, right? So don't download any software from untrusted resource. That's what I can say on one thing. So now we will see if anything in the Trojan. So how Zscaler help in the cyber security case, how you can block a lot of malware, right? Now we will understand how much, why Zscaler more popular, right? So that will be, and Trojan pattern by default, I am saying again. So their cybersecurity already build the pattern. So you no need to worry about that, how Trojan will look like, or how many things or how many parameter if Trojan came into the our network, how many kind of pattern should we follow. They will take care by their cybersecurity team, or they have already signature or pattern identify things, right? But just for you, I'm just but yes, of course, you need to understand these things. What is the use of this? But rest of part is gonna take care. You just enable it or disable it, right? Hope guys that makes sense, right? Okay. So there is one option you will get it, the security exception. So when you click on security exception, you will get it the option password protected file. So suppose we got a bank PDF which is password protected, right? So if you want to block this kind of thing, you will click it block. So once we get it any file which is password protected, it should be blocked. At least should be allowed because we know that a lot of legitimate traffic is also as I told you as an example bank PDF itself block, right? And the next is unscanned file. Unscanned means whatever file which we don't want to scan, or like maybe that is kind of I can say that is not available signature on the Zscaler. So Zscaler unable to identify or not able to scan. So these file what kind of action you will take, right? So that is the block it or allow it, right? Or it's any custom application. Suppose you have your own company application you configure in the Zscaler, right? So Zscaler ideally it should be bypassed because it's a trusted one, right? You know you configure it. So Zscaler unscan that and it should be allow it because you know what you are trying to do, right? Yes. So now guys, that's all about the malware protection profile that is to you can use it based on your requirement. But yes, whatever the things you use, you know that before enabling that features, right? That's I can say. And yeah, then we can come to the next topic, and maybe I want to share you something before so I can add one more thing here on a scanned file. So any like zip file, right? Zip or rar file or 7z. So if any file which is hold this parameter, this is the no unscanned file, right? Okay, so yeah. So what because the in the single extension you will put it a multiple files, right? So ideally it should be not possible to scan, right? So any format which is hold this format, if you want to block it or if you want to allow it, so you will define here, right? Suppose in your company you created a custom file, right? You created zip file, right? In the zip you put it a lot of document and you created that. So ideally it's your trusted one, right? You should be allowed that. Otherwise it should be if you block it, it will block if you want to allow it because sometime we send a email as a attachment if multiple attachment file we convert those file into zip format and send to the destination or user, right? So you know that it's trusted one so you just allow it those file as well, right? So